So let's all right. So welcome to the Growing Through Life podcast. Still growing through life podcast version 2.0. My name is Ramat and
I'm Ezekiel Tyrell.
And we are chatting through growing through life.
This thing called life.
So,
really lifing right now.
question that I haven't asked you in a few sessions.
Yeah.
What is the weather in your mind?
I do love that question. Forces you just to think about that. I'd say cool mist.
Okay.
You know, it's like
Okay.
it's not blue sky, sun beaming. It's not raining. It's just that cool mist.
Okay.
It's space to create and be. So I'd say it's calm, and chill.
Nice.
Like morning dew.
Yeah, I was literally thinking like in the morning when it's like,
Yeah.
okay,
Give it
cool.
a mist.
Nice.
Well, I didn't miss this train. I did a bit of mess getting here.
Life is life in. Nice.
What about you?
The weather in my mind, it feels a bit like, you know, here in London, the weather can be like 1 minute real bright,
It's a madness, yeah.
and then the next minute it's raining, and you're like, but it was real bright.
A couple months ago, it was like snow, sun, rain,
All the seasons, all in one.
Right.
So I'm feeling a little bit like that. I think, excuse me, because I've just got a lot. Like this week is a lot. I've got a lot on. So,
but things that are top level, yeah, it's like
yeah, they're pretty cool things.
yeah, exactly.
Like, not gonna lie, it's pretty cool things.
Yeah.
But I'm conscious that there's a lot on, and it's important not to kind of like not get lost in the sauce,
Right.
essentially.
Right.
So,
I guess
you
you know, it's a good point to make there. It's that sometimes we're on a high, right? And we're flying, everything's just ticking along. And then equally, sometimes, you know, we're on a low, things just aren't going your way.
Yeah.
But it's easy to kind of just get washed away when tide's high with low and low, right? But it sounds like it's just an element of how do you keep control, regardless of where it's high or low. Maintain control through it. You know, when
absolutely.
when it's going really well, do it, stay humble. But when it's going not so well, you know, don't get too lost in that depth, right? So it's that control through whatever whatever frequency you're on.
Yeah, exactly. So, what's top of mind? What do you want to talk about in this episode?
We're talking about mindset in this series this month, right? And this week, you know, we've spoken about, you know, nourishing your mind, doing the right things, doing the right inputs, so that in any circumstance you've got the means to have that control.
Absolutely.
You know? And I think this week, what really dropped for me is no one is coming to save you. You know what I mean?
No one is coming to save you.
Unless you're in need of blue lights, as in, you know, ambulance, and God forbid,
True stories.
everything else. You have family, friends who will support as and when they have their own and their limited capacity.
Everyone's living life.
You know, no one's coming to save you. So how do we ensure we are doing the work for ourselves to push through, to elevate, to rise, to keep it moving?
So, I was saying to you earlier that as part of the Inspiration Box, I've started this almost like mini community,
Right.
the Self Mastery Collective.
Mm.
And the idea is that.
Where is that one? When you say community, how do you create that?
Okay, someone asking me questions that I'm not ready to answer. No, So there's an app called the Stack World,
Okay.
and it was created by Charmaine Reed.
Okay.
She's sick. She's basically like my big sister in my head. But yeah, she's created an app which is where you can create your own communities.
Oh wow.
Some can be paid, they can be free. This one's a free community. Anyone can join. And the idea is that we will do various events, we do workshops, we do whatever it is. And I upload little quotes to the community and all the rest of it. So quite a few people joined, which was fantastic. I think it was like 220 people on it. Like, yeah, it's really cool.
It's cool. You play it down.
No, it is fantastic.
200
20, but they're not all active. But it doesn't matter. They all join the space, right?
Amazing.
But it's called Self Mastery Collective, and the reason behind it is the fact that no one is coming to save you. You need to do the work. You need to recognize that everyone is busy doing their work. And so when it comes to it, even in like the hardest, like even when things are so hard, I've had to learn that if I'm going through my shit, excuse my French, others are going through their own shit, excuse my French again, which means that they may not have capacity to support me in the way that I would like. And so I need to be able to figure it out. I need to be able to sort it out myself to some degree. Will external help? Absolutely. So when I need to do therapy, when I need to reach out to people, without a doubt.
Right.
But even that, your therapist isn't going to be the one who has to do the work.
Exactly.
You have to do the work. Even if I go to a friend for advice, they're not going to do the work. Like, I still have to do the work. So when it comes to being saved, listen, apart from God, like literally, no one is coming to save you. And it's something that we all need to get used to as an idea and as a concept, because it's a hard pill to swallow.
Absolutely, and you know what? It even says in the Bible, Jesus says, "Don't wait for me." The big moment everyone's waiting for in Christianity. It's like, don't wait. So it's that on an individual basis. Everything you said is banking. External help and support is there as a support.
Yeah.
Support, not going to hold and lift, right? It's there as a support. So, everything you just said is bang on, and it just dropped.
Yeah, I was going to say, what happened this week?
It was just a reminder. Certain things are playing out, and you're like, oh, that person should do that. Why have you done that? Oh, hold on, wait, that's not how we should have done. And I sat there and think, hold on, why are you waiting for these other external people to drive what you need to achieve?
Yeah.
You just need sometimes signals, don't you?
Yeah.
And then it was on Instagram, just a couple of hours later, because you're in your feelings like, I have to do this thing again. Why hasn't and then the quote is goes, it's up to what people are doing or thinking or saying doesn't mean anything. Up to you, sort of thing, and that's what we want.
It's true.
You get so caught up in other people and their opinions of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Doesn't actually matter. What you need to do to get to where you want to get to.
Yeah.
And that's easier said than done when you're in a position where maybe you're not in this acute pain or trauma, whatever it might be. So there's levels to it. But ultimately, and it's not to minimize those going through some things, but it's the truth. And get all the support and help you need, but that support isn't going to fix everything. And ultimately, we're not broken, right? So it's a case of, what do I need to do inwardly to fight that battle, so that whatever's happening outwardly, I have the
reminds me of a quote. I think it might be Ralph Waldo Emerson. I posted it in the the Self Mastery Collective this week, and it was basically something along the lines of what lies behind you and what lies before you is tiny in comparison to what lies within you. Because, like you said, like it's got to be done from within. And we can worry all we like about everything that's happened before, everything that's yet to come, but ultimately it comes down to you and focusing on
Absolutely. And this is why, I have that image of that iceberg in my head always. And I have a reminder, I need to print it out and have a mad mural of that something. When I wake up, it's just a massive iceberg. But like you said, the power is in the depth of us. When you can tap into our true capability and understand our self-mastery, our emotions, our responses, all of that, then, I'd say I've been there. It's not a constant state. Sometimes I'm unlimited. I'm in tune with something, but it's not. It's like internally you're just you're flying, right? In the sense that you just know whatever's happening around you. I'll feel it. It's inward.
There's a beauty in that, when it comes to, sorry, my phone's going on. Yeah. I put it on vibrate. Sorry. I was going to say there's something about, making sure that you are comfortable with yourself.
Right.
So that in any situation, in any relationship, in any environment, you know that you're going to be okay. So, I think about your friendships, you think about your relationships with your significant others, your relationships at work, your relationships with friends, and all of it, you need to be solid in you and know that you're coming through to bring whatever it is you bring, and it isn't dependent on someone else's needs, or not even needs, that's one thing, someone else's, whatever, I don't know what the right word is, but it's just not dependent on someone else. So if I'm in a relationship, like the relationship that we have, I know I bring myself fully to this space, you bring yourself fully to this space, it means it works. So even if I was having a bad day, it's not dependent, like my bad day shouldn't necessarily affect you detrimentally. Like, excuse me, you care, you're my friend, but it's not going to be like, Ramat's having the worst day ever, so I'm going to seek that energy.
I'm going to drop my stuff. And
Exactly. You're going to empathise, you're going to sympathise without a doubt, but you are holding your own space, and so you're good to go.
Absolutely, and I think how that translates for me is value, my value. And the key is knowing your value. Every single one of us, and not society, space we're in, environment we're in, we try and redefine what value is. In terms of what you do, how you perform, how you turn out, what you wear, what you look like, blah, 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 blah.
The list is endless.
The list is endless. Other determined measures of value. But as you said, if you look inward, you realise it's your value as an individual. Like what's ahead of you, what's behind you is insignificant.
In comparison to what's within you.
That's the only value you have, right? So then, knowing your value, I think, is a key part of it. And the journey I took to get there, I would say, chest. I love me. I love
full chest.
Can't lie.
Good. Good.
And defined in other ways, arrogant, or equal to what it is. I love you. So I know.
I'm mad you looked straight at the camera. I'm like, I love you.
I need to make that a normal statement.
Yeah.
But I know my value. And you apply that in the right way, so you don't impact others. But my point is, my journey towards that is you have to learn how to love yourself and recognize your value.
Yeah.
When you're in that position, you go back to no one's coming to save you, when you're not waiting.
Yeah.
When someone says something occurs, like, oh, my value doesn't change, the circumstances change.
Yeah.
So again, just with pin, it's hard to do that in certain acute situations.
Absolutely.
And get the help and support, right? But ultimately, I was argue with anyone. It comes back to us doing the work as individuals.
Yeah.
And get to that place, hopefully, whereby you can say, this is me. This is
Yeah.
what I bring to the table. So when your partner, or your colleague, or your friend is having a day, you don't make it about you.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you're having to moment. Can I help?
Yeah.
No? Cool. Then I'm going to go back to playing my PlayStation.
Yeah.
No, I'm not using that as a reference. That causes a problem to its own self. But
Yeah, it does. PlayStation.
So yeah, I think that's a cool part of it in terms of owning your circumstances. I think the word I've been trying to land on is responsibility.
Okay. Responsibility to self.
Responsibility to taking ownership of our own reality.
Ownership. That's the word.
Ownership.
That's what we're after. Ownership.
Ownership. That's the word. That's it.
Ownership. And no one can take ownership for you. You have to do that yourself. It's a big thing. Wherever you go in life,
absolutely,
you've got to own it.
Absolutely. And I think that's what's happened for me this week.
Okay.
Last few weeks, made a big decision.
Yeah.
Recently, and it was a flip between waiting for things to align, others to have an impact, others to do certain things.
Yeah.
To achieve, or gain what I need to gain. And then I just took ownership and said, can't wait forever. Can't expect from others.
Yeah.
Took ownership of the circumstances, the situation, and hold and behold, it's
the result is sweet.
The result played out. Nice. And there's other elements you have to get in line to be able to do that, of course.
Yeah.
But I think that's the aim. How do I get to a position where what happens to me, what I experience through my own actions and decisions.
So if we were to give, not even advice, but what would be your top sort of things for people to consider when it comes to self-mastery, or recognizing that no one's coming to save you? What are your key takeaways from that?
That's a really good question. I think a lot of it for me is distinction.
Okay.
In a sense that in order for me to be clear where I need to take ownership, I need to be clear as to what's happening, and why it's happening, and why I'm going in a certain direction, or why I'm not achieving what I want to achieve. So it's about identifying environments, people, spaces that aren't working for you. So what we do becomes such social butterfly, shall we say. We go into spaces and certain things will happen that doesn't serve us.
Doesn't align with your
doesn't
values.
align with our values, with our beliefs. But it's kind of I guess we've got to get along, we've got to carry on. And then you just keep doing the same thing over and over again. Why isn't this working out for me?
Yeah.
So I think in every moment, not every moment, but in moments where there's a misalignment, where there's a feeling, where there's frustration, take a moment to take stock and just write down what happened, why it didn't work. The more you do that, you can start to say, okay, this is misaligned, that's not working, that person isn't serving, that environment isn't working for me to get to my objective. So it comes back to journaling, doesn't it? To reflect. I think that's the basis of it. Trust ourselves, of course, but support ourselves actually writing down things, feelings, thoughts, things that happen, has happened, and just review it. Okay, I need to make a change. Ask me what happened last week. I can't remember. Ask me why I feel a way about something that happened. Well, I wouldn't be able to. So I've got to write it down to get the detail, and you can make the adjustments. So when you're back in those spaces and something happens, you can say, I've rehearsed this, so I need to. Sorry, Mr. Man, Mrs. Woman, that doesn't work for me. Can we do it this way? You're giving yourself that sort of confidence. So I think distinguishing which areas and things or people don't serve your ultimate goal or objective is a core part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me, I think it's going to sound a bit morbid, but you know, we come into the world alone and we're going to leave alone.
Trust.
Like, if I learned anything over the last year and a half, like having lost my mum, I was like, this flipping world, like this ultimate shit show of a roller coaster that grief is. It's a very stark reminder that it's not all roses. And like a rose, like there are thorns along the way. But ultimately, we come in and we leave on our ones. And so when it comes to how we approach life, what we do, the choices we make, the environments we choose to be in, you know, the jobs we choose to do, the side hustles we try to do, the spaces we inhibit, all the rest of it, you need to make those choices based on your needs. Those needs may not align with the needs of your best friend,
Trust.
your dad, your mum, your sister, your brother, your boyfriend, your wife, any of it. And that's okay. Is it an easy pill to swallow? Heck no! Heck no!
We love to people please, don't we?
And that's it. And I think a lot of people will probably be in denial of the fact that they people please. A lot of people will be like, no. Yeah, I'll do me. But do you really though? Do you really? And for me, the thing that I always say to people is that, you know, people's bills don't pay people's opinions, don't pay my bills. The minute someone's opinions give me money and can pay my bills, I will take it. Until then, I will gracefully listen to your opinion. I will take what I need and leave the rest. Monique Teal, she's another big sister in my head, she always says, or said on her podcast, you take what you need from a situation and leave the rest. Don't feel that you need to take everything from anyone's opinion. Because it's just that, it's an opinion, it's not fact. So yeah, I think when it comes to this whole idea of self-mastery and recognizing that no one's going to save you, remember that we came alone. And unfortunately, we're gonna bounce alone.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
And you're right. This life is not all supposed to be good, right? But like this podcast is about growing through it.
Yeah.
Allow it, accept it, and learn from it. That's we give ourselves that again tapestry to be able to grow. But opinions, honestly, that's a whole podcast.
Let's not start. Let's wrap up. Cool. So another great episode recording with you. I'm not sure what the next one's going to be about. We'll figure it out.
Opinions. And how you
it's not going to be about opinions because I don't have time. But we're doing this. I still haven't uploaded them. I still need to upload them, so I will get to that. I've finished them.
Yeah, 1 week.
Yeah, deadlines. So yeah, I'm gonna get to that. But
I just say we're allowing it to build to be like Netflix binge sort of thing.
Yeah, but that's as a marketing person, I feel like that binge thing. It's not ideal. You need to capture people each week. You need to be like, oh, here's the latest one. But yeah, we'll see. Cool. Cool. Thanks again for joining us, and I guess we'll see you on the next one.
Boom.
And yeah,
have a good week.
Over and out. Cool.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.